Wow, what a video. I mean, this must come as such a huge shock decision to so many of you. And the people I've told already, it has been a shock decision. No one was expecting this. So I have a whole lot of notes I want to go through in this video because I want to make sure I'm hitting every single note. First off, I want to say, if you're watching this video, if you have an opinion, all I ask is watch the video, see my perspective, because a lot of this is things that I can't talk about on YouTube. This is something I've been thinking about for the last week or so, and I can't talk about that on YouTube. If Lacazette, for example, is thinking of moving away from Arsenal, he's not going to post that on social media. So understand this is not just a split decision. I went, yeah, okay, let's do it. This is something that's been very well thought out. So I know a lot of people are either going to agree with this decision or disagree with my decision to leave England. That's completely fine. I want to make it clear I'm not giving up. I will be back here in pre-season. That's a guarantee, man. I actually had a meeting today and I've had a couple of other conversations which has led me to this decision, and it's looking really, really positive, man. Like, the more I talk to people, the more meetings I have, I am excited, man. So my focus ever since December, ever since maybe a little bit before December, has been to have a pre-season in England. And I've spoken about this on my channel before. If you guys watch me every day, I've never had a pre-season in England, and that's something which, if I never did that, then I don't think I'd be able to live properly for the rest of my life. So this upcoming pre-season is one of the best opportunities, and with that I need to be well prepared. I need to be at my peak. So I initially came to England to a club through a contact. He said, hey Sheldon, I got this club and this is a guy that I very much respect. And I thought, you know what, let's do it. My focus is still going to be on the preseason, but hey, if I can get a few games, that'll be great. That was kind of the whole reasoning of why I came over here. Obviously that didn't quite work out, so I headed up to Redditch, where I got signed after my first session and started the first two possible games that I could have. So I've spoken with a lot of people at Redditch, the manager, the coach, some other people in the club. I've been told that there is a door open for me there next season. They like me and they know what I'm capable of. So next season, that is a good fallback opportunity. Right now, and I spoke to the gaffer and the manager, and look, the style of play doesn't necessarily suit me. We're at a point in the season where, you know, we're fighting against relegation, man. So to implement this sort of possession-based game, I guess you could call it, which even the manager and the gaffer, they want to play that, but it is difficult where the position is and all of that sort of stuff. It does make it hard, and they even said to me, Sheldon, if we had the setup we wanted, we'd have you training, you know, every day, and we'd have you in the gym working hard, and we'd have you having protein shakes all the time. So that's kind of the problem, where we train once a week because we book the ground out to another club on another day, so that makes it hard, and then we get one game on the weekend. So once a week team training, it's not ideal for me personally. I completely understand that's what the club can do, and it's good that they're getting something in. And again, I want to extend my thanks to Redditch. It's, you know, to take me in and put me in the starting lineup. Their belief in me, I can't thank them enough. They're such great people, not only the people above the players, so the manager and the people behind the scenes, but the players as well. Such great players who really took me in. A lot of them, you know, I've had times at clubs where you kind of feel on the outside a little bit. These guys, you know, from day one, they took me in and I felt like one of their own, which was incredible. So again, everyone at Redditch, I'm so grateful for the staff and then the players as well. You know, you guys really made me feel welcome, so thank you. Now we move on to the benefits of staying in England and playing out the rest of the season for the next 9-10 weeks or so. I completely understand there are benefits, and in life there's always going to be benefits and negatives. It's just how it is. For me, I kind of outlined two main benefits. One being, get used to English football. That means on game day, I'm going to get used to the sort of styles of play, the weather of the play, the different pitches. So I'm going to get used to that. And then secondly is the physicality. So, you know, people talk up this big thing about England being a very physical country, which I've somewhat experienced. I don't think it's 10 times more physical than other leagues I've played in. I believe that it depends how the game is going. If you're having a lot of goal kicks that are going long, then yeah, it's going to be a bit more physical in the air, but you don't necessarily have to deal with that. You're more looking for the second balls if you're a player like myself. So those were the two main benefits I outlined. Of course, another one is having Redditch on the CV, which is important. But for me, I then looked at the benefits of going back to Australia, and that outweighed the benefits of staying here. And that's my opinion. I understand completely. People are going to disagree with me. People are going to agree with me, and that's just life. I make my decisions based on what I see in front of me. And remember, I see the whole picture. I see a lot more than you do, which is just unfortunate. I try to show as much as I can, but hey, I'm not making my decisions based off this audience I have. I always make my decisions on what's going to be best for me, and this decision has nothing to do with being homesick or anything like that. This decision is almost completely based off football, and I feel as if it's easier for me to stay in England and play for Redditch, training once a week, playing on the weekend. That's the easier route almost in my eyes. For me, going back to Australia, and I'm going to get into this, it's going to be much, much tougher on me. Pre-season, when I come back, which is a guarantee, I will be back in England for pre-season because I won't be able to live properly if I don't. There is possibility, and I know a lot of you might say, Sean, you're not up to that level. Hey, we're going to try. There's a possibility of National League, maybe, and a strong possibility of National League North and South. I think those are going to be great opportunities. Again, in Scotland as well, there's another opportunity. Man, I'm going to have to be ready for that. Those are huge opportunities, and I feel that if I stay, I'm not putting myself in the best preparation for that. Man, you sign a National League North or South, which is 6th division in England, or you sign a National League, man, that's 5th division. I've seen players move from 6th division, I think 6th division, to the A-League, or even more likely 5th division to the A-League. So like I said, I need to be ready for that. Right, sorry, I just got a phone call from someone. Again, this is someone that's in England, very, very positive, and they understand that I need to be ready and I need to work on this part of my game, which I'll go into. I have a list of things that I'll be doing in Australia. So first off, I'm still going to play football. It's not my main focus, and I'll more be looking at it as a sort of training session. So yes, I'll play on Saturday and we'll train twice a week with the team, but even if I want to do an upper body session on the Saturday morning, that's something I'm going to do because my gym is something that I want to hit hard. I really want to become a footballer. I want to become the complete package. So the gym is something that I'm going to hit hard, whether it's game day, whether it's the day after game day, I'll be working hard on it. And if I go back home now, then I have 4 months compared to the sort of 1.5 months I'd have if I stayed here, because it couldn't be my main focus. On top of that, we're going to go back to Clayton, so I need to be faster, I need to be fitter, and I'm actually getting some very, very good fitness stuff sent over soon, which is quality from like very high level football. We're going to work with Jonah, we're going to work with Paddy to work on that football aspect. So we're hitting all sort of columns. We're hitting the football. I know that I'm technically a good player, and so that's, you know, it's covered. I know what I'm doing there. My gym, that needs work, so we're really hammering it. Then we've got the fitness and the speed, that needs work. Let's hammer it. And so those are the sort of benefits I see in Australia, and it's really going to prepare me for the preseason, man, which again is the most important thing. It's above anything, man. So my mindset right now is I'm so focused, and I don't know if you guys see this, but when I go overseas, when I was at Crawley, when I go to Spain, wherever, I become so focused in my craft. I do core workouts every second day. I do core workouts every day while I'm here. I do all of these extra little things that I can. I train twice a day. I do triple sessions. And when I go back to Australia, I feel like I kind of die off that a little bit, but not this time, man, because I feel as if I only just got in this mindset and I'm so focused. I have a goal. I'm just going to take that mindset from here, take it to Australia, and really just kill it. Kill the training. So again, I'm not giving up. I'm doing what's best for my football. Giving up would be, okay, English football isn't for me. We're going to go back to Australia and we're going to stay there. I'm not giving up, man. I'm making sure that I can play in England. And the best thing for me is to go back to Australia, prepare, hammer it, and be ready for preseason. That is the most important thing. When I made this decision, it was tough, and that's why I understand. Right now, it may be difficult for some of you to understand. You're thinking, Sheldon, you have such a great opportunity to play in England. This is what you wanted. You seem so happy. Number one, the happiness. So we'll go into happiness. I wasn't entirely happy because I'm not training as much as I want to. And there's some things that are holding that back, which I can't reach here in England. So by going back to Australia, I'm going to have this environment where I can be happy with my football and train to be the best player I can be. And that's what's going to make me happy. I always say, man, no matter what, do what makes you happy. And at the end of the day, man, I'm not trying to convince anyone that I'm making the right decision or I'm making the wrong decision. Decisions in life are hard. I mean, if I stayed in England, and I played these last 10 games, like, we're never going to know what's going to happen there. Or if I go back to Australia and I come back to England and I sign, let's say, National League, or if I sign National League North and South, then it's going to look like the best decision ever. And I'm going to make it the best decision ever, because once you choose something, you stick with it and you make it your decision. And so we're never going to know what this path held. Maybe if I decided to stay in Redditch for the next 10 games, this goes to a Gary Vee thing where he talks about these sorts of split decisions. I watched a bit of him when I made this decision. He said, if you took that decision, maybe you had to get on a plane in the 10 weeks time and then that plane crashed and you die. And like, I mean, that could have happened. But man, for decisions, it's you pick one, you stick with it, and you make that right decision. And I know I have, you know, maybe in 5 months' time, maybe I don't make a team and we go, I should have stayed here. But right now, in this moment, I know I'm making the right decision. And you can, again, you can agree with me, you can disagree with me, but this is the decision that's been made and I'm so confident in it. Again, the more people I talk with, like even my Redditch manager, I said to him, what do you think I looked like in terms of physical appearance when I came in? And he said, like 18-year-old boy? And I went, okay, perfect. That's great. I mean, I enjoyed that because it meant, yes, I need to work on it. And someone else I was speaking to said first impressions are so important. I don't look like a footballer right now. And I'm not going to do gym work to look like a footballer. But, okay, actually I'll tell one story which I've been telling a few people. So Matt Sheldon, absolute athlete. If he's watching this, don't let it get to your head, mate. But we were sitting down in the pool. We were shirtless. We were just chilling. We were talking a lot about nutrition as we were the whole trip. And I grabbed my belly here. I grabbed it, and even I'll grab it now. So I went, oh yeah, everyone's got a bit of that when you're sitting down. And obviously when you're sitting down a bit hunched over, you have a bit more. And so I was like, oh yeah, I just want to get rid of this. Like, you know, it's the only place I really have any sort of fat or anything. And he pinched himself, and no word of a lie, the man pinched like this, like it was just skin. And from that day I've gone, man, I want to be that. Like I want to be an athlete. I want to work on that side of the game. And yes, for so many years in this vlog, I mean, we've nearly gone for 3 years in terms of when I started. We've gone for a long time, and it's always been a big struggle for me with weight and putting on muscle. I believed we were at a good point, and clearly not. We got at work, and that's why I want to give myself 4 months to really be the best possible player I can in terms of the gym and the fitness and that, because I know I got this. I know I got the technical ability. I know. I'm confident in that. But let's work on these 2 columns for the next 4 months. I've played in England. I know what it takes. I've experienced it. Now we're going to go back to Australia, prepare myself, be ready for off-season, man, or the pre-season in England. And again, I'm going to have very, very good trials through some people I've spoken to. I'm excited. And yeah, look, I'm not going to say too much more because I don't think I can. I've been told not to say too much. But so look, I'm excited, man. When I go back to Australia, just for the team I'm playing, it's not the highest level. It's in the same league as Wakehurst. So again, it's not my focus. I know that league, and it is a physical league, and I don't think I really experienced that because I was playing out wide. This time I've spoken with the coach. I'll be playing as an attacking midfielder, and I'll really experience that physical side of the game, which is good because it replicates what I'm going to face in England. So at the end of the day, I'm still getting that physicality. I'm still working on that, and I just think overall it's going to prepare me so well for the English preseason, man, and I can't wait. I honestly can't wait. That's it from me. I hope, you know, for the people that stuck around and watched the whole thing, maybe you understand my decision making, and you know, in the future for you, maybe you have a tough decision like this and really sit down, write the benefits of each situation, the drawbacks, and go from there. I kind of just wrote, you know, what are the benefits and drawbacks of going to Australia? And I had the benefits and the drawbacks, and it was clear to me that I needed to go back to Australia. And I said, like, it's easy for me to stay in Redditch. It's easy for me to train once a week and play. I'm choosing the tougher option because the hell I'm going to put my body through of gym sessions upon gym sessions of fitness, like, it's going to be tough, man. And that's what I want to do. I'm so focused right now to be ready. and I know it's the right thing. And again, it may be a shock, but let it sink in for a couple of weeks. We're going to come back. We're going to sign a contract over here in England, whether it's 6th division, 5th division, and yeah, I'll be ready. And it might even be a pro contract. So I'm giving myself the best opportunity to get that pro contract. So yeah, that's it from me. You can either stick by me, you can roll with me, you can leave me. It's up to you. But at the end of the day, we're coming back to England and we're going to trial. And that's going to be exciting, man. So the next 4 months is going to be about getting ready for that. And I can't wait. So, wow, shock decision. It's crazy. I'm about to sign out. But yeah, I know it's an absolute shock to you guys. And I wish Redditch all the best for the rest of the season. If you guys want to follow their sort of relegation battle, follow them on Twitter, Redditch United. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. That's where you can find Redditch United. And I'll be following along as well because I want to see how they go in their journey. I really hope and wish them the best in their relegation battle. Honestly, man, like I said the other day, I was so happy when we won. Even though it meant I got taken off, I was happy. And that this decision has honestly, it has no correlation between me getting taken off on the weekend and me leaving. I've been thinking about this for the last week or so. It's been a longer decision than that. And yeah, just understand that. It's simply the decision is purely based off what's going to prepare me for off-season, the pre-season in England. What's going to prepare me best? And that's all I base my decision off. Not game time, I started the last 2 games, not formation, no nothing, man. Honestly, dead honest, hand on heart, that was it. So, Team Tweety, I'm signing out. Make sure you like and share, subscribe, and enjoy.